All right, everybody, welcome back to Friday night special. Let's Paint TV. I'm your host, Mr. Let's Paint. We're going to blast away. Once we get going, we're a little bit out of whack. Nothing's working right now for some reason, and don't know why that is, but we'll figure it out. What is going on here? Where is that camera shot there? Oh, I see. That camera is there. I see. So that's what that is. Okay. So I think we'll get this figured out here. So just stay tuned. Taking your calls, 818-528-4516. This is live Friday night. And somewhat out of whack here, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. What is going on here? I don't know. Obviously, I'm not prepared to do this Friday night show. You'd think I'd have all day to be ready, and sure enough, found a way to not be ready. I found a way to find another reason to do something else, and because of that, I am completely lost in translation. But hopefully, we will figure out what we should be doing in any given moment here. If I can just get my act together, and if I can't, well, then screw it. So we'll just try to hang in here and try to figure this out here. So just bear. What I'm trying to say is bear with me, bear witness, bear aspirin, bear essentials, bare necessities, bare something, whatever it is, it is. And so just stay with us, and we'll get this going here if we can. And maybe we can't get anything working. That's entirely possible. Okay, what is going on here? It looks so wrong. It's not working. That's all right. We'll get it to work here. All right. Maybe that's better. Is that better? Let's get this out. Okay. Let's get me some water. I'm going to get some water. Thanks again for watching. Again, I don't know what's going on. Don't know why. Are we still here? Is this good? Okay, we are live. All right. Okay, no one's here. All right, that's all right. We'll get over it. All right, just a second. Let me get some water. All right, we're back again. Let's Paint TV. I don't know why that camera shot is so dark. What's going on with this camera shots? Let's see here. What is that all about? What is going on? Let's double check what's going on with the camera shot. Okay, there's that shot. I think it's this shot is no good. Let's see what's going on with that shot. Oh yeah, you fucked up. Let's see if we can fix it. I think we're not even plugged in, are we? All right. There we go. Okay. All right, I guess we're there somehow. Wow, this is not working out as well as we want it to. This is just not working out. I feel like we were just totally out to lunch here. But it is Friday night. So give us a call, 818-528-4516, 818-528-4516. We are live taking your calls. And it's a Friday night special. Okay. Okay, we're really got it all wrong. Okay. All right. Ah, jeez. Well, I'm gonna start a new canvas. There, that's fantastic. Here, fantastic news. And we're gonna take your suggestions, and that's why you're gonna have to come in and either call 818-528-4516, or you're gonna have to come in the chat room and tell me what you want painted, and I will paint it. I will paint it. I will not hold back. This is going to be a free-for-all. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Let's hope that this is a free-for-all. Let's hope that this has some cultural significance, one way or the other. Okay, so I'm reading your chats. Mr. Let's Paint. In theory, we are in outer space. We are. We are in. Hello. Maybe that's getting too much sound then. Is that what that is? Let's see here. Yeah, I think it was picking up too much. Okay, maybe that's better. All right, Let's Paint TV in the house. Thanks again for being here. Had a little car problem here today, and that's threw me off, and now I'm like trying to do research on what the hell's wrong with the car. Okay, and as such, it does make you not think correctly about what we're supposed to be doing here, which is getting excited about painting and exercise and multitasking issues of the day. So feel free to call us here, 818-528-4516, 818-528-4516, Friday night. Now, this is, okay, we lost the connection. See, everything's not working. Great. Sometimes I just want to be pissed off, and when things don't work out, it's an excellent reason to get pissed off. I think I just deep down, okay, we got there's some feedback here. We got Taylor and Master Young in here. All right, fantastic. We got some feedback. Fantastic. All right, let me. Yeah, I got kind of thrown out of whack. I got some. Basically, I screwed up in replacing a battery, I put the battery connectors the wrong way and sparked. And I'm a little concerned that something happened to the car, but it seems like the car is still running. And I checked everything, so I think we'll be okay, but you never know. Maybe I fucked up my car. And in some ways, I guess I did. Anyway, so I'm a little preoccupied. Bongo's here too, fantastic. Yeah, I really fucked up. I got a new battery because the car wasn't starting right. So the guy says, yeah, you need a new battery. So I put the new battery in and I fucked up the battery sparking. Put the wrong leads in. You ever do that? Really stupid. And so it started like arc and make some fucking weird shit. But it didn't do it for very long. And then I put it back on correctly and it started up. Everything seems to work. But I'm wondering, and I'm doing like trying to do some research on the internet, and that's where I'm getting preoccupied. If there were some damage, is damage been done that we don't know? I guess we'll find out. Anyway, so that's where my head is. Forgive me if I'm a little disjointed, but I usually am disjointed, aren't I? Okay, now I'm not wait, oh, got some feedback. You'll be okay as long as the battery didn't explode and you corrected it. Wow, that's the best news I heard, Master Young. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was just for a moment a glitch, you know, like the windshield wipers turned on. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? This is weird. And it was all bzzz, and you know, obviously I didn't let it stay there and go bzzz forever. So you know, but wow, what? I mean, what a dumbass, man. I feel like the biggest dumbass. You know, I don't think I've ever done it, but you know, that's the problem. It was a relatively new car. Well, this is not a new car, it's a used car, but it's new for me in the sense of I hadn't had to replace the battery like in a year. And so the battery was old enough, the guy, whatever. So what a dumbass. And, but everything seems to be working. Maybe I'll keep an eye on it. We just got to keep an eye on it. Okay. So yeah, hopefully maybe it should be all right. Maybe it's all right. Maybe we're okay. I don't know. Hey, thanks for being here, guys. We're Friday night. I'm gonna actually do some exercise. I haven't exercised in a long time. I really need to exercise. Get some energy out. That's the thing, guys. That's the thing about exercise is it helps take out you release the energy that you did not feel, you did not release before. And so it forces you to release the energy because otherwise you don't sometimes do it and then stupid things, you don't necessarily function correctly. It is almost as if you put on the wrong cables on your own body when you're not somewhat in tune to who you are and what you do. And so that's the beauty of exercise, is releasing some of that pent up energy, and particularly it's helpful when you got you tied your tubes incorrectly. All right, it was a new battery. That's what it was. It was a brand new battery. So it seems fine. I mean, I drove it and I turned it back, you know, whatever. I think I'll be okay. But yeah, I am beating myself up. That happens. I do that. I tend to get a baseball bat and hit my head over as a penance for stupidity. You're watching Let's Paint TV. We're just getting going here. Getting the treadmill going on here. We're going to hopefully get some exercise. Taking your calls, 818-528-45. We're just slightly disjointed, out of alignment. You can't always, you know, the beauty about a mechanic or fixable, but sometimes it's hard to always, and it's usually a easy, logical fix. You know, it's a mechanical thing and they just fix it. But usually the mind, the brain, the body, the humanity of it all can be a little more complex, can it not? It sure can. And what is the right mix to make you feel happy and hearty and jovial about yourself and who you are? That is the question of the day, my friends. And I never know, except for I do know I do like doing this program whenever, however. I love being right here with you, no matter how disjointed I am, as I usually am. No matter if I have all day to prepare, I will still be disjointed. I will still have no full frontal nudity of knowledge, other than the fact that I can just keep going. And hopefully, once we do keep going, we do start to feel somewhat on track, on the creativity train. Master Young just bought a new battery from the factory that was really cheap once because it was factory charged backwards. All right, fantastic. 818-528-4516. You're watching Let's Paint TV Friday night. We're going here. I'm going to get some of my gloves on here. Taking requests. We're going to get some painting going on here. I didn't even do any stretching. I wanted to get some stretching going on here. All right. First time, Friday night, baby, Friday night. Okay. So let's get some gloves on here, and we're going to take your requests, and feel free to call us here, 818-528-4516. All right, let's get our gloves on here. And exercise, guys, which is more inclined. I think I'm more inclined to do that in the afternoon than when I wake up. I'm not a big exercise in the morning kind of guy. I guess when it comes down to it. But then I'm never really much of an exercise guy. But I am more of a painting type of guy, so I definitely am into that. So we're gonna get some painting going on here, and we'll go from there. Okay, so let's just put some paint down on the canvas here, guys. A celebration of paint, if you will. I need some more paint thinner. Okay, let's put some paint thinner down here. Okay, let me just, before we get going here, let me put some paint down on the deal here. Okay, let me get some paint thinner for one. And let me load up my paint, my palette. Okay, let's get some palette going on here, because that is also of necessary, of need, important. It's important that I do, because otherwise I will not have it. I'll have to stop late, once we get going. I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop, guys. So why don't we just stop right now and get it all ready? All right, let's get some red paint, alizarin crimson. Let me get some yellow ochre. Now, guys, I might be. It looks like I'm going to be gone all next week. That's just a programming note. But we might be back for a Friday night episode. So we might be gone all the rest of the week. This could be it for a while, guys. All right, give me some white, yellow. We need some yellow and white. Where's our white? White's over here. Let's get some white. All right. Watching Let's Paint TV Friday night. Excitement. Oh, definitely excitement. But of course we had to stop the excitement because we're not set up to really just jump off the deep end right away, because we weren't really ready for it. We weren't prepared. And, as they say in the Boy Scouts, be prepared. And we were not, which is, it's good and bad. Okay, I got a red, I got a blue, I got a alizarin crimson, I got a green, phthalo green, a yellow ochre, and a white. Those are my basically go-to colors. Pretty much can do everything you want. I'm gonna go come right back and get a beer. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Sorry for the delay. All right. Okay, I don't have really any other excuses except for to keep on painting and keep on running and keep on talking to you. 818-528-4516. That Gamsol is too thin, the paint, not too clean. I'm such a lame painter, newbie. Do I need smelly temper time to clean up? Geez me. Yeah, Taylor, you can use the Gamsol for everything. Use the Gamsol to clean up and use it to paint. It's like you just use it for everything. And that's all I use. And then if I want to, I will buy like Liquin, which would then speed up the drying of the oil paint so that I can possibly have the paint dry quicker as opposed to not. Okay, Taylor experience, can you, all right. All right, on. We got kind of a late start. We're already halfway through the show in theory, and our act is not has not got off the ground basically. All right. So what you're saying, just throwing it out, anyone who has car experiences, if one were to do the dumb thing of what I did, which was put the brand new battery on incorrectly and it started to spark and the windshield wipers went on. Of course, I obviously disconnected it and I corrected it and the car drove off and everything works. Am I okay is the question, or did I do something wrong, or I'll be okay kind of deal. Does anyone have any experience? I'm on the internet and I can't seem to find it right away. Okay, mostly I hear terrible stories about cars blowing up and whole electrical system being, this and a fuse that and accelerator this and this and that. So we'll see. But anyway, let's get some paint on the canvas here. How about that's always a wonderful possibility here. Look at that, get some paint. It's Friday night, guys. Finally getting to painting, and no doubt we are doing just that. And I'm just putting paint down. I'm just drumming, hitting the canvas like a drum beat. Because why not? Why not do that? Because we all bounce to a drum by a beat to the drum of the beat. The beat of the drum is where we will always feel the endless possibilities of the excitement that is us. Low camera is blurry, JK says Pablo. What is the low camera? What camera is that? Is it this one? Maybe is it this one? I don't know. I can't figure these things out, but maybe that's the camera that's screwed up. Is that the one that's blurry? I can't, I don't know what to do with it. All right, we're taking your calls, 818-528-4516. Hot day, hot muggy day here in Los Angeles. Is it still blurry? What can I do? 818-528-4516, 2.3 miles an hour. Master P says car components that protect against shit. I think it's okay now. Maybe my van's okay or the camera angle's good. I hope both. I hope we're okay both wise. It's interesting though that when you're up against things that somehow you feel like it's out of your control, and yet these are things you got to do. Make sure you do right. Okay, let's get some more paint on here. What are we going to paint now? Hold off on your questions until like right now. Unleash it because I'm ready. I'm up and ready to put down whatever you suggest. Call in both. Both says Pablo. Okay, I like that. I think we're okay. Yeah, it did drive off.
fine, and like I said, everything seems to work. The lights, the camera action, the radio, the power windows, everything seems to work. So I guess I'm okay, but I've just somehow I thought the worst because of my stupidity of sorts. Anyway, it threw me for a wrench. Threw me a wrench in a sense. It threw me. All right. 818-528-4516. You want to call the program. We are live, sort of from outer space, sort of not. We're just sort of wrapping up on our mission to outer space, our mission creativity. We are sort of basically kind of done. I don't know, kind of petered out a little bit, but we still got a couple of more paintings in us for it. And possibly we're always open to suggestions and collaborations. So maybe it's not space, maybe it's something else, but we're always game here at Let's Paint TV. Paint your van going supernova in space, says Bongo. Okay, that's a great idea. That supernova with the van. All right, let's try that one out. All right, 2.5 miles an hour. Okay. It was weird though. I don't know if it was because of the heat of the afternoon sun, but for some reason that whole experience, I came back and I felt like I went through a dream. I felt like I dreamed the whole experience. It felt very strange. So let's here's my van right here, just kind of right in the middle. What the heck? If you have on for too long, the accelerator would have started charging backwards. And kaboom! Okay, so the fact that it started up, right, Master P? The fact that it started up, the fact that I drove it and everything seems to work, that means probably I got by with a little bit of love. Paint Bernard getting sucked into a black hole. All right, let's paint Bernard and my van. We need a black hole first. Let's paint the black hole. And I like using my three combination of the colors of a black I use is, and I can get a nice black, is the alizarin crimson, phthalo green, and ultramarine blue. Guys, that is the bomb for me as far as I can tell. But there are other wonderful ways to make black. But anyway, this is my black hole. I'm gonna make a black hole just like that. And we're just letting the paint fly to some degree. We're not concerned about how the fact that it makes any sense. We're not concerned about the fact that anything needs to make sense. We are in for the experience. We are in to experience whatever comes forth in our interaction with life. And so we're letting the paint fly. We're not going to let anything analytical analysis take over. We're not going to let that hopefully take over too much, though maybe we should at times, and maybe there's a time and place. Even in this moment, maybe we need to step back, but we're not going to do that at the moment because we don't want to stop. We want to keep going, people, keep going. All right, so there's our black hole. Now, how do we know that that's a black hole and not a big black asteroid? I don't know, but let's, what we could do then is maybe make the outer reaches maybe a lighter color. Let's do that, or somehow not black, but something. So let's, there we go. That's it, something like that, guys, is what we're thinking about or what we're doing here. All right, so I might have to get some more blue because I'm using a lot of it. So that's always a problem when you get kind of crazy with a particular color. Then you end up using it all up, and then what do you do? What can we do, people? What we can do is just keep going, though. And I'm a big fan of just going, go, go, go. What else can we do except for to keep going? I like that thought. It keeps me somewhat sane in the brain, though also could lead to insane in the brain. A little of both. Yes, Taylor, cadmium red is really expensive, so don't buy it. Buy Neanderthal red. It's a good substitute. Neanderthal. I can't pronounce it, but yeah, something like that. It does the job. All right. Let's just fill this area up here. Okay, so we want Bernard. Okay, there's my van though. Let's get my van. Let's get my van going on here, and that's kind of like my van, somewhat. And then let's get some wheels going on in there. There's some wheels. So there's my van in a black hole. There you go. Kind of like it. Kind of like that. Something like that. Okay, a little something something. All right, there's our van. There's some hubcaps on there. All right. All right, there's our van. Okay, let's get Bernard. Bernard's also was recommended or suggested that he be in this painting here somehow. So let's put him in here. Our friend Bernard. We never talked to him anymore, but he is around somewhere. There he is right there. All right. Make him kind of larger than life here because we can, and that's the beauty of painting and of depicting things is we can do whatever we really want. It's not we're not limited by circumstances. We're not limited by anything other than the fact that we can keep on going. We can keep on going. We keep on going as best we can. All right, taking some more stuff. So there's Bernard. Let's get him right here. It's kind of there he is, kind of looking down, and he's blessing the van because Bernard has now joined the priesthood, and he's now a father, Father Bernard. Okay, so we'll put a little cross. He's got a little cross. He's putting the cross on the wishing the car a million more miles. All right. Feel free to call us here, 818-528-4516, 818-528-4516. Any other ideas of what to put on this painting? Because that is what we're talking about, if we can. If you'd like, this is your opportunity to put stuff in the painting. Otherwise, it is not your opportunity. It is not. Napthal. Yeah, think of nappy hair. Taking a nap. Napthal. Or nappythal. Yeah, I'm not really good at pronouncing it. But anyway, 2.5 miles an hour. Let's slow it down here. And patron saint of cars. Phones. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Let's put some chess objects here, and make some various chess pieces here. All right, that's the bishop, I believe, and the rook. There's the rook. All right, look at that. See how beautiful it is? Just throw it down, and we'll make it if we can. That is. I like to go by that route if we can. If it works for you. And it doesn't always work, but if we can get past the idea of what works and what doesn't work, it's always a good thing to keep in your arsenal the freedom flyers, the freedom fighters, the freedom of the movement that we have by just moving on, as opposed to thoughtful analysis that may keep us down, keep us from moving. Sometimes the overthinking can prevent us from actually engaging. Let the thinking come through the engagement. My thought at times, there's a time and place for everything. Maybe it's not always imperative that we jump in. Sometimes maybe we do need to slow it down. Anyway, 818-528-4516. Okay, so let's take your calls, 818-528-4516, taking your suggestions. And let's put a phone in there while we're at it. Just like a regular phone. Doesn't have to mean anything. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of what we like, this free-flowing kind of paint process that we incorporate here, is that we don't have to abide by any rules. We are trying to, if that's the one thing that you can do as an artist, is feel free that you could break some rules. And you know, I always say, you know, as much as I try to avoid breaking rules, particularly in the real world, a lot of times rules are meant to be broken. I mean, you've heard that many times, and it is ultimately the truth. But you know, sometimes, you know, you want to be also somewhat maybe thoughtful about how you go about breaking a rule, because you know, because maybe you don't want to take on the wrath of whoever is in charge of stopping you from making these whatever you're doing wrong. You know, do you really want to deal with that? And most people don't. But sometimes, you know, you have to go for it. You got to go for it. Okay. See, now I just ran out of the blue. So, okay, 818-528-4516. That is a Modelo. Yes, it is. I want to thank Daniel Rolnick from the Daniel Rolnick Gallery. He brought those over the other day. All right. I need some more blue. I ran out of it. So I'm feeling inclined to put some more blue down. Though, really, should I? Should I be putting a lot of blue down? I don't know, is always the next question. Do I really need to go that route? Or should I just be more with whatever it is, as opposed to trying to make logic? Thing is, do we need logic? Hey, we're our first day here at Let's Paint TV. Let's see if I can get this to work here. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello? Yeah, just speak. Just speak. Go ahead. All right, you got the phone on and you didn't turn down the volume, and so we're just going to have to hang up. Thanks for trying. Next time when you call, just turn down the phone and listen to me talking to you. This is what you need to do. All right, 818-4516 is the number. Feel free to call us here. And maybe I'm getting some sound here that I need to cut back. No, that's not my sound. That's not me. Okay, back to suggestions on the painting here, guys, if we have any, or maybe we don't. And it's all right if we don't have any suggestions, because sometimes suggestions are meaningless. Suggestions don't mean a hill of beans, and worthless suggestions. The suggestion box is full of it, and that can be the case. It is never always certain. It's not a certainty what should or shouldn't be something that has any true sense of self-worth, of real substance. Is there substance always in suggestions? It's always a case-by-case kind of situation. But feel free to give us a call at 818-528-4516. We are down as because I felt like I needed to slow down and kind of understand what's going on here. Is there any other thing you'd like to add here to the painting? Robert Stack going to be in the black hole. Okay, so that's a great choice. Let's do that. Let's do this. The painting has things like the great Chagall. I like Chagall painting. I love the freedom of Marc Chagall. M-A-R-C, not M-A-R-K. That would be cool to just be called Marc Chagall, but you spell your name Mark differently, so that you could be. Maybe we should change. I changed my name to Mark, M-A-R-K. Okay, not yet. Put a margarita in there. Let's do that. How about a goat and a bride? Okay, now don't. Now I got too many choices. I was begging for ideas, and now I got Robert Stack and I got a goat, and I got, okay, fantastic. Let's put a goat in there. And a margarita. I can do the margarita real fast. So let me, before I forget, let's get that margarita. Let's make it like a strawberry kind of reddish looking margarita, giant kind of deal. It looks more like a cocktail, but after all, that's what a margarita is. Okay, let's get Robert Stack, who I don't really have really good memory of who he looks like or what he looks like. I just know he's like a white dude from the 50s, 60s, 70s TV programs. So we'll just put a white guy in there, maybe in a suit, and give him some hair. Let's do that. 2.4 miles an hour, taking your calls here, guys. And we're just kind of throwing stuff down. Doesn't have to make any sense. Does life? Life, my friends, does not have to make any sense. Because does it really make sense? I mean, it could, and maybe it should, but you know it doesn't always. Sometimes it really, when it gets down to it, doesn't make any sense. The sheer beauty of it all, isn't it? When you really realize that that's the case. So let's just throw some paint down and try to make some sense out of it. That's all we can hope for. That's all we can hope for, people, is to make some sense out of it all, as we are trying to desperately make sense out of it all, out of this painting, out of our experience here today. Give us a call, 284-516, 818-526. Do I care that the New York Yankees are killing it? I don't even know what's going on with baseball. So they're winning? Is that what you're trying to say? They're doing well? Okay, so let's give him a tie. I think he wears a tie. I have not been following my baseball really, but I tend to get into baseball when it gets closer to the playoffs. Like in about another month, and then if my team is somewhat involved in the playoff run, then I get all geeked up for baseball. But not until then. We need Mel Gibson clinging to the glass, says Master P. Okay, so let's do that. Mel Gibson over here. We'll just put his head in there, and then he's just wrapped around there. Yeah, like he's just putting his head in there, full on head inside that. Yeah, look at that. See, we're just throwing the paint down. We're not really making conclusions as of yet. We're not trying to tie all the pieces together. And maybe we shouldn't, or should we not? I don't know. We haven't gotten to that point yet. And sometimes that's the best part of painting is to never actually get to that part. Never get to actually worry about what the hell you're painting. You know, that always, you know, when we start to get into the structural analysis of things, that can be problematic. That can be just more messy. It could be hell. It could be basically hell. Hell in a hay basket. All right, so we got a goat. We need a goat, right? We get a goat. What was on the goat, though? I forgot what was on the goat. Let's get the goat in there, though. All right, 2.4 miles an hour here. You're watching Friday Night Paint, Let's Paint TV. Every Friday night, looks like. I don't know if we're going to get to it next Friday. We might have to miss next Friday, but I like this Friday night. It's kind of good. It's kind of fun. Yeah, taking your calls, 818-528-4516, 818-528-4516. All right. Oh. Let it out, guys. Let it out if you can. I know it's hard to. Sometimes it's hard to get things out. And one way to let things out is, of course, exercise. Exercise, boy. I don't do it. I don't do it as much as I should. I keep saying I lecture you guys on, and yet a bride. Thank you, Pablo. All right, let's get the goat in here. That's a great idea. A bride. We'll put a bride in there, and she's got a big dress, also, I believe, and the dress goes long and long. It's just a long dress. All right. And then there's the little goat. All right, it's a little messy. That's all right. We don't mind the messiness of it all. Nothing wrong with something being messy, guys. Okay. There's our little goat. Goats usually have like little ears or something. I don't know, little horns. I don't know, some kind of weird thing. I don't really know what a goat looks like. I saw some the other day. I should know what a goat looks like. Okay, but I somehow, I don't really have them looking like anything other than just some sort of four-legged something. But maybe that's enough. You know, maybe that's all we need to know, that it is something. It is something. We'll put the dress kind of over the body of the goat. Maybe some high heels, so underneath, maybe some red sheets down below. Yeah, how about that? Or just one for now. There. So she's wearing some boots, red boots. There you go. So she's on that little horse, a goat that is. All right, taking the calls here, 818-528-4516. Give us a call. Gibson, Bernard, Goats, Bishop, Birdie. All right, that sounds good. 2.4 miles an hour. We're getting a good little jog going. I'm getting a little sweat, and we're still taking suggestions on this painting, which already is developing into a masterpiece of sorts that we will offer on eBay, just like the other painting we did last week and the week before. All right. In fact, that auction is going down in the next hour or so, and you can find that on my eBay store, Let's Paint TV. Go to letspainttv.com and check out my eBay store. That's how you'll find it. Okay, 2.4. I'm kind of just jogging. Were you the one with the phone issues? Did I have any phone problems? I don't recall. I usually can have some issues. I always have some sort of issue going on. Let's finish off this background here while we're at it. Doesn't have to be the same, and so let's not worry about that. All right, let's put this here. All right, so let's just fill up this space. I have a tendency to want to do that. It is not necessary, really. It's not imperative that you do that. Maybe we should leave some raw space, but I tend to have a tendency or a want to get rid of it. And but there's no rules, no rule of thumb when it comes to painting. When it gets down to it, when it comes to doing anything, particularly in the creativity zone, there really any rules. It should just be a continuum of your love for whatever it is that you're doing, and by such find success because you're doing. That's the trick, guys, is to have love what you do, and that will fuel your commitment. We need a carrot smoking a cigarette in there, says Master P. Okay, let's do that. We had that last week. It's becoming a common theme, which is fine. That happens, and I'm good with that. I can get into that, particularly when it comes to these kind of exploratory that we have created here that I like. I in a way like to paint and be free in this field of this form, and the part of painting sometimes that is annoying and frustrating is trying to be correct or precise and clear and clarity and focus and this and that. I don't want to do that so much anymore, you know, and I don't think you should either. I want to get you back to that time when you were in kindergarten and you were messing around with the watercolors, you know. Stay with that, guys. Top Hat Pickle with monocle, says Revlons. All right, let's do that, and I'll do the carrot too. So let's get a top hat pickle. I got that. It feels good there. So let's get a pickle. We got a pickle here. That feels good, that pickle. And I'm gonna get carrot. Don't forget, I got a carrot smoking. But we'll get the pickle. Pickle. Look at that. All right, there's a pickle. And let's get some smaller brushes going on here. And I'm not gonna forget the carrot over here. And if I do, we'll put the carrot over here. A carrot smoking. All right. 818-528-4516. You want to call in, or otherwise just follow up in the chat room, and we'll try to read those chats for you as best we can. Friday night paint with Mr. Let's Paint. Friday night paint and exercise brought to you by your mama. No, your you fucking up putting the wrong electrical polarity on your battery. 2.4 miles an hour. It needs to be a fuzzy pixel. I don't know what a fuzzy pickle is. I'm just going to go with the pickle that I kind of know. The kind of only pickle that I know. The only pickle I know is a green pickle. So let's put a top hat on that guy. And what else was he doing? Oh, he had a monocle. Okay. A pickle with a monocle. So there we go. And that's like Mr. Peanut, but it's Mr. Pickle, kind of. I get it. I get the idea. I get the premise, I believe. And I'm not sure how that works, the monocle thing. But we just kind of did it. I'll give him some legs, too. Let's give him some legs to be on there. All right. So we got movement. We got stuff going on here. We got stuff that doesn't make any sense. We're making sense out of it all. It is a cornucopia of possibilities. Let's get some stuff on there on the top, some kind of green on that. So that really says care. So let's kind of run out of that blue. I used up a lot of that blue already. I tend to do that. That blue tends to go fast in many ways. It tends to do that. Okay, so there is that, and let's give him a little nose. I'm not really doing the monocle very well. Let's put a little an eye patch. Okay, look, you know, sometimes that's where you come into situations where things don't always work because you are too aware of the fact that it isn't working. Let's just keep going is the trick, guys. The trick is to and that's how we do it when we're on by way of being on a treadmill. We're basically doing it. What's our miles on this program? Let's take a look here on the computer. Oh, is it? It's not telling us. It doesn't want to rotate for some reason. I don't know why. Why is that? I don't know. But it's not working. Okay, so I got to hit stop anyway and get some more blue. That we've definitely got a nice run here, guys, and definitely have a lot of stuff going on in the painting. So this is exciting. I'm going to put a little more blue paint down. I kind of running out of some other colors. What else do I need? Kind of out of red and yellow and yellow. Alizarin crimson. Let's get some alizarin crimson. All right. Okay, let's go ahead some alizarin crimson here. And yellow and red, I believe, would be what we need next. Let's get some yellow and some red, and then we'll blast off here. So I'm using a naphthol red, you know, the naphthol red, and it's considerably cheaper, guys, than the cadmium red. And in theory, it's supposed to be a lot better for you in terms of ingesting. And though I do not recommend ingesting oil paint by no means, and that's why I use the gloves. But it doesn't always work out, as you well know. Feel free to call if you have questions about painting, exercise, multitasking, doing it all. This is what we do here at Let's Paint TV. This is what we do best. This is really what I offer to the world. I don't have. This is me at my best, doing it all, proving that you can do it all. Let's get some more paint on here, guys. 1.8, 2.4 miles an hour. If you want us to come to your neck of the woods, just contact me at mrletspaint@gmail.com. All right, so let me just kind of get you down here what's going on with this painting, and then we'll kind of try to wrap it up and maybe tie it all together. So we got my van in a black hole along with Bernard as a priest. He's a patron saint of chess and phone, and then we have Robert Stack, also in the black hole. We have a bride on a goat. We have Mel Gibson with his head inside a margarita glass, and we have a monocled dill pickle and a smoking carrot. And that is basically kind of it. I don't know really where else we go with it, except for maybe we want to just tie in a few of these things together, maybe accentuate or make a few of the things stand out a little. So let's see if we can kind of do that. But I think we got some great choices here and some great slice of the pie in terms of what it is that we're trying to get to here, which is just sheer freedom of the frustration, people. Freedom of the frustration that we all can encounter during the course, as of course I of course had with the idiot move on my part, and yet I'm still here, and I'm still alive. So I'm grateful for that, but I'm not certain that I'm a little concerned that maybe something's still wrong with my van, but we'll see. I'll maybe take a look at it, see how it goes in the next day or so, see what's going on. Keep an eye on it. Always good to keep an eye on those kind of deals, you know? Okay, so we got some carrot. Let me give him some legs. Give him some legs. All right, so again, I want to thank you all for helping out. I mean, I could not have made this painting without your help. Without your help, people. That's the beauty. That is the collaboration. That is the real deal in terms of what this is. What could this be? What this is all about? What interaction on the internet can be? What it's about? What can it be about? Is just this. This is what it could be, and what it is. What it is what it is, and what it isn't is what it isn't. Simple as that. Isn't that simple? Isn't that beautiful? That is the real deal. Right, so just putting some highlights, not much more. I don't feel inclined anything else to the painting because I like the bounce. I like what's going on. I like the freedom, and I like the hodgepodge quality of what happened here. And as we just go into the 7 o'clock hour, that is enough. Our job. We did it, guys, is what I'm trying to say. I want to congratulate you all for participating and helping out on this lovely painting here that you helped out on, and I want to thank you all again. It's Let's Paint TV. Hopefully we'll be back again next Friday. That's my next announcement, or my next thought or plan. And more than likely, I will not be around all week. So I got some things I got to take care of. So I'm not going to be doing the shows during the regular day at the 11 o'clock hour. But we're shooting for a live Friday night show, though that might be pushing it. So I'm not certain that that's going to happen either. But let's shoot for it. And I'm aiming, guys. I'm aiming. And all right, I can't tell how many miles we went. But we did go some sort of miles, obviously. But the thing is somehow stuck, and but nevertheless, I got sweaty. I got rid of my frustrations of whatever it is that I created from working out, which ultimately is always the case. And so what did we learn? Exercise. Yes, exercise, creativity, interaction with your fellow human being as best you can, even though it can't seem fruitless when you're around maybe other like-minded people that are in a bad mood. That can put a damper on your human. But even in that, even when you're at the bottom depths of it all, there's still good in these people. So don't give up on them, even though they are assholes. We're all in this together, guys, so hang in there. And remember, exercise, do it all. Exercise, paint if you can, make some lovely drinks, but let it out as we did here today, as I did, but hopefully you did too. Hopefully you did. You're just watching. Beer too. We're drinking a little beer here too. Right, I'm going to turn off the treadmill. This has the energy, guys. This has the energy. Let me sign it, and we'll put it up. We'll put it up on auction if anyone wants to buy it. We're going to have to raise the price. It's not going to be $100, but I have to decide what my lowest point is to let this guy go. Anyway, I'm going to sign it right now. Thanks again for being here on a Friday night. Tell your friends that this most likely will be a regular kind of deal. You know, it makes me do the exercise. I got really lazy when I do this every day. I tend to not want to do much of anything, and particularly when I wake up, it's really tough. So, Rachel, the absence does make the heart grow stronger. Citrus sliced lime space splash. Drink, I'm having one tonight, says Logitech interface. G710 Logitech. Oh. Anyway, I really I like this Friday night thing. Hopefully we'll just keep doing it. All right. So getting back to my reality, you think my car is going to be okay even though I fucked up the polarity of the battery? Master P says that I should be fine because it did start up and everything works, and so maybe I am okay. Maybe I dodged. It was weird though. I was so stupid, huh? Stupido. I was looking at the darn thing, and I was like, I always knew. It's not like I didn't know, you know. I knew what I was supposed to do, and I thought I was doing everything right. And like an idiot, somehow I did it wrong, you know. It's just so, man, it was so like, I feel like a dumbass is what it gets down to. Lots of energy. Yes, I think so, ultimately. I'm shooting for a show next Friday night, Taylor, and that's, sign that up and put that into the, patch it in, and that's my goal, is to come back on Friday night. Rachel says my car will be fine. Thank you, I appreciate that. I don't know, I worry sometimes, and that's why I find I excel with exercise and creativity all jumbled up all at once, because otherwise it's a way for me to exercise of overthinking it, you know, which is what I tend to do. I overthink and I worry too much. So in my case, doing what we just did today, Arctic release of all that pent up energy. True, very true, very true. Did my windshield wipers? Yeah. I mean, it was sparking, so I just you know, it's not like it was ever connected. It was never connected, but they didn't connect correctly because I should have known this. They were not connecting correctly because they were purposely going to connect, because they were purposely meant for the other side, not the side that I was putting them in. So I was, you know, had I forced it more than I was trying to, I would have really fucked up. I guess I got lucky. Once I mixed my spark plug wires and my car made some scary ass noises, but it was okay. I had partially disconnected batteries, power failure, and all sorts of stuff. Should be okay. Don't worry, be happy, says Taylor. I feel much better. I'm gonna keep an eye on it though. I'll look at it tomorrow and see if I screwed something up. Of course, you know, you read stuff on the internet, and you post stuff up on the internet. It will tell you. You can go down. You talk about a black hole. How about the rabbit hole of the internet, where you just, it's like, you know, it's like the same thing. Like if you got a little illness that you know, a little ache, you look it up on WebMD or some whatever Google search. You're going to go down a rabbit hole and you start thinking the worst stuff, like all this stuff, and maybe sometimes you're better off not even knowing anything more than just keep going, and that's what we do. Keep going, guys. Anyway, this I think this pleasantly came out quite energetic. I like the energy, I gotta say. I used to do more of these kind of shows, these kind of paintings, when we did Stickam back in the day. I don't know if anyone remembers. Maybe Bongo remembers. They clearly have freedom. Yeah, you know what I like to play right now is a David Hasselhoff song, "Freedom." That's what I want to play right now. I want to play that song. Since we can't do that, just look that up. The David Hasselhoff song, talking about, I think it's referencing, he sang on the Berlin Wall when it was coming down, and he was singing, and he had a leather jacket with lights on the jacket, you know, like Christmas lights, and he was singing, "Freedom!" Yeah, it's pretty memorable. It's probably one of the best things David Hasselhoff, it's probably one of the greatest moments in David Hasselhoff's life. It would be probably anyone's greatest moment, frankly. I mean, how can you get past, I mean, that was pretty amazing. If I had an oil spill on my engine and drove the Fireball down the road, I'm still alive and tell the story. I've driven, I had an issue with my old other van where the fuel hose would keep on or breaking or, you know, cracking, and so I'd be leaking fuel all the time. I mean, I saw it happen, or it's happened to me like at least once or twice. And then one time driving home on the freeway, and some guy was yelling, "You're leaking fuel! You're leaking fuel!" He's yelling at me. I'm like, "Oh shit!" And I knew I had like this ongoing problem with this stupid that doesn't connect correctly deal, you know. And so, yeah, luckily I didn't burn up my van. Yeah, I don't know how far we went today, but we did go. And would that be your greatest moment? Yeah, that would be a pretty awesome moment. Hanging out with the girls from Baywatch. Would you want to hang out with them at their later age, you know, like Pamela Anderson and all the other babes as they are now? Or would you like to go back in time? Or do you want to hang out with them as they are now? I don't know. I could, you know, I would still hang out with them as they are now. I mean, why not? I mean, I'm older too, so it's not like, you know, I'm 20 years old anymore either. David Hasselhoff, you could buy the portrait I did of him on the internet. It's available if you'd like. Taking best offers if you'd like. Freedom. Anyway, it's freedom. The freedom from the freedom you get, guys. And now I'm kind of lecturing you here, but the freedom, which I do at times, but I just want to kind of sum up or wrap up, even though I feel like hanging out with you more, obviously, because I'm at ease and feel like I did what I had to do. But the freedom that you get from the exercising move, from exercising period, but also from the creative aspect, and really ultimately multitasking. And we're always at odds. People are always fighting that, telling you, well, you need to focus more and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I know what you're talking about. I know what everyone's talking about. I understand that idea, where it's coming from, but we also need to celebrate multitasking. We also need to be able to to do everything all at once, because ultimately that's what we do. That's what we do, and that's how we advance as human beings, is doing everything all at once. It doesn't always come out good, but it can come out one way or the other. Is this a California thing? I don't know, Rachel. I don't usually buy this stuff, but it's from Mexico. Daniel brought these, and so I generally don't I don't buy Mexican beer because I just somehow never. But it's not bad. It's pleasantly just the same, or even maybe even better than the Coors Light that I drink. It actually has a nicer taste, frankly. Somehow I just don't buy the Mexican beers. I think it's because when I was going to art school back in the '80s, I had my fair share of Corona. Modelo's good with tacos, says Pablo. Master Young says we should just do an all-night show. Why couldn't we? Why couldn't we? The good thing about doing this is that you definitely don't feel. I don't feel like I need to go anywhere, or I don't feel like I have to achieve anything for the rest of the day. Whereas in the morning, I'm kind of guilty, like I got all this stuff I got to do, and by the way, I'm just waking up, and I'm doing this show, and I don't really have any energy. Let me just drink a shitload of coffee. Freedom. What's the song for David Hasselhoff? I want to sing that. A freedom. Oh, you know what I should do? I want to get a jacket with Christmas lights on it and sing freedom. I want to do that. I do. I really do. You like Red Stripe? I've had that. It's okay. Hey, beer's beer in many regards, right? Beer is beer. I don't really. I mean, you can't. It's kind of hard to make a bad beer. In a weird way. But let me just go through some of the beers I don't like, and I'll tell you right away. The beers I don't like are the ones that they flavor, like ginseng beer and whatever. They put stuff in the beer and it's like flavored coffee, and I don't even want to get into that. I don't want to even start on that, but just give me a beer, that tastes like a beer. And so in that sense, this is a plenty, very good beer. This Modelo, nice and light, nice full body, but light at the same time. So 2 thumbs up or 3 thumbs up or whatever. It's good stuff. In fact, I'm going to go have another one. Maybe I'll have another one and hang out with you guys. How about that? You want to do that? You guys still hanging out? We can do that. I'm done running. I have alleviated my idiosyncrasies, my idiot brain. I've released my idiot brain waves, and I'm at peace and all that. Now that's a good question, Jaw Harp. Do I like Milwaukee's Best? Now that's a tough one to like, I gotta say. There is not much to like about a Milwaukee's Best. That tends to be a pretty awful beer. Okay, what are some of the more awful beers out there? Okay, that's one of them, Milwaukee's Best. But what would be another one? There's a whole bunch of them. Oh, you're drinking it right now? Let me go get a beer. I'm gonna get another one, and I'm gonna. It's a little bit longer. All right. Fantastic. Friday night, Let's Paint TV. In the house. Freedom!
Okay, we're back. Sorry for the delay. 818-528-4516. We're back here on the program. Hanging out with you. Let me get that fan over here. If I can, if that's possible. Come on, take your time. Take your time, fan. Oh, is that as far as you go? Okay, well, forget it. What am I going to do then? I want that fan on me. Oh, there you go. That's it. Okay, 818-528-4516. Oh. What's going on in the chats here, guys? What's going on? Yeah, call J Harp. Go ahead. I'm 818-528-4516. There you go. That's it. Give me a call. What I'll do with this painting, not that I don't know if anyone's seriously interested, but I'm not gonna put this out at for the $100 auction that we done with the other paintings that were 16 by 20. This is 24 by 36, I believe. It's a little bigger. What's the exact size? Let me see. What is the size? I'll get the size for you. Fuck, it's not on here. I thought it was. Oh, let's get this call here. Yes, 24 by 36. 24 by 36. So, this call. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, I'm Jaw Harp, and I'm calling from the internet.
Sweet. What's going on, man?
On the chat, I'm a little drunk.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm not drunk.
Yeah.
I'm just having a beer. I mean, I guess I could become drunk once I drink too much. But how did you get drunk? How did you consume? What did you consume to get drunk? How did that go down?
Well, I'm on the East Coast here, so it's already almost 10:30. I've been drinking for about.
You're way ahead of me on that. Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm way ahead of you. Well, I just had a couple Budweisers, and I've had a half pint of brandy, and that's been pretty good.
Oh shit!
Hey, it's Friday, you know.
Yeah. Where in the East Coast are you?
I'm on the furthest west you can get on the East Coast. I'm stuck in Michigan.
Oh, gotcha. So you're on East Coast time, but you're in Michigan.
Right. If I go south, I'm in Indiana. I'm stuck in the West Coast or Central time, and fuck that.
Man, what is that so screwed up, you guys? Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, there's some.
I just want to call you and tell you you're doing a good show. I didn't expect you to be on this late. I usually catch you around around noon for me.
Yeah, this is what we're trying to do. This is a new move. The Suits at TV said, yeah, you need to do your show later at night and try doing once a week. So we're doing it tonight.
And really, every once in a while, I got a couple streamers on Twitch that I like watching, but I never watch them during the day because I'm working.
Yeah.
And I tried doing entertainment stuff, and during the week or during the work hours, you don't get many viewers, but during the end, during the evening, you get more viewers, and I found that to be a whole lot of trouble, going through and trying to adjust my sleeping schedule and my whole day schedule, try to make your midday into the evening,
Yeah. Well, I think probably
in some ways, it's if you just do it once a week, you shouldn't be any trouble. You know, it's just. But if you're trying to do it every day, it's hard. It's kind of hard for me because I'm in theory should be outdoors painting or driving around doing some landscape painting. I don't do so much of it anymore, so I don't know. Maybe it's.
Hey, you know what? You're doing a good show. It's just unfortunate more people don't know about it. I've gotten a couple people watching you.
Well, that's all.
I'm trying my part, man.
Well, anyway, I'll tell you what. I love doing this kind of work. This is a labor of love. It's my way to interact and also it feels good. It feels good. So I'm still here. I'm still doing it. It's just what platform am I gonna reincarnate myself in how to make it work is that's always gonna be something to figure out.
Yeah, I got a little idea for you. Is that again Twitch.tv? Normally it's for video games,
right?
But they have been opening it up. There are musicians performing on music channels, and there are people creating art on creative channels. There's somebody that I like. He's a moderator on another thing, but before the main show starts, he's on his own channel and he's just painting.
Okay.
And there are people in the comments. There are people in the comments commissioning paintings for him, and he's only got like 12 viewers or something like that each time he does it. I'm just saying, it might not be the best place. Twitch might be an idea to venture into, try to mess around with.
Yeah, I looked into Twitch, but I ended up I ended up just moving on because it wasn't working because I was having some problems. Because I like the idea of simulcasting and putting the same thing out possibly, but I wasn't able to pull it off.
Trying to do it through Twitch and YouTube at the same time?
Yeah, at the same time. I don't know. It's kind of.
I could see the problem there.
Yeah, I just decided to stay with YouTube. And also at the time when I tried Twitch, it does feel heavily loaded with the gaming industry, and so I didn't feel like I fit in anywhere there. So.
Right, and I understand it was for gaming. I mean, Twitch bought out Justin, I think. I mean, I don't know any of this stuff an exact thing, but so Twitch bought out another
like
streaming site.
You said the painter.
But the sorry.
Yeah, well, you mentioned the painter had only 12 viewers. That's not a lot of viewers.
No, but it's interactive and he's got commissions. It might be a little skewed somehow because he's the other people commissioning through him.
Yeah.
Or other moderators, but there's active creative people on the Twitch.
Gotcha.
And I don't know. I'm just trying to help you out because I really like your show, and I just want to.
Look, it's not. I mean, I do what I do, and I enjoy it, and this is the portal that I'm working out of at the moment. I like it for certain purposes, and other reasons I don't, but it's good for now, and maybe there's something better down the road. I don't know.
Oh, there's always going to be something better down the road, and I've been trying to tell myself that about YouTube for like 5 years, saying, "Oh, there's going to be something better popping up around the corner," but it's still 5 years, and I'm here on YouTube. But I love your show.
Okay, are you Radius or no?
Pardon?
Are you Radius in the chat room or no? This is somebody else. Radius.
No, I'm Jawharp. I'm Jawharp. I've stopped chatting since I called you.
Oh, okay. See, Radius says, give Twitch another chance, he says.
I'd seriously consider it. I mean, even if it was just 3 months ago that you tried Twitch and saw that it wasn't working, it's really changed within the last couple months.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, just a test maybe would be cool. I mean, I'm not telling you how to run your show. I'm just telling you what I've been viewing and trying to get enough courage to tell you about. That's why I'm half in the bag right now.
All right. Well, I'll definitely look into Twitch again. I didn't, it's no big deal.
Just an idea,
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't know how it would work, or if I have run into any issues simulcasting at the same time. But there is a way to do that on with my Wirecast, I can actually simulcast at the same time. So, maybe I should look into trying that again.
Yeah, it might be an option. I'm not too much of a computer whiz. I don't know much about that.
Well, why do you like Twitch as opposed to Ustream or Livestream or what are the other devices out there? The other. What's up with Twitch?
Oh.
Why are they?
If you want my opinion, and I think it's mostly because
of the gaming.
Because the gaming thing, that's helped push it to make it a more streamlined kind of streaming service.
I did. Did you ever see the ones I did on Twitch, where
no, I haven't gotten around to that.
Well,
honestly,
I don't think
I've been trying to get into your show, but
well, they don't
I've just
save
had
them.
work
That's the other.
counter,
That's the other thing about Twitch is they don't save the videos. They don't save them, right? They disappear.
Oh, they do save them, and I know this because I've streamed just a couple times just to see what it was like, and it saved them in like a past broadcast thing.
Yeah.
And I think there's a way to have that automatically go to your YouTube. I'm not sure about that.
All right. Well, I'll look into
but
it.
It should be easy thing.
I was playing around with. I was making a video. I made a number of videos. You can look them up on YouTube, called First Painter. First Painter. Like
First Painter.
Yeah, it's like the other one with gamers. It's called First Shooter or what? What is it?
Like a first person shooter.
First
or something?
person, yeah. So I did a whole thing. Did a handful of videos. First Painter or first person painter or something like that. And
okay.
So what I did ultimately is I hooked up a camera to my paintbrush, and then when I was painting on the canvas, I also had a sound that was picking up the sound of the brush hitting the canvas.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so
that kind of reminds me of when you were. I think you were on the 3rd Street Promenade, and you were doing chess and painting people's portraits at the same time. You had a camera on your chest.
Yeah.
That was
Right.
Same kind of idea?
No, it is a different. No, in this case, I put a contact mic on the canvas itself. Like a contact mic.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so that every time I touched the canvas with my brush, it would make a sound.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
And then
that's on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Look it up. And so I made a few of them. So and they would make sounds like boom, boom, boom. Every time I hit the canvas.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah. But I wanted to do it more on Twitch. But then what happened was my right at that same time my audio mixer crapped out and it stopped working. And so then I kind of attributed to the fact that I was doing that or something. Anyway, it stopped working, and then I gained another switcher, audio mixer, blah, blah, blah. And that's when I did that last Kickstarter asking for money like 3 months ago.
I remember that. Yep.
Let's talk tech.
Sometimes your equipment just goes out. I had my main computer for the last 4 years finally crapped out on me.
That sucked.
It was a hand-me-down, and I had to... All of a sudden, I'm working, a little shift. I got to find out some way to get a computer. The cheapest way was to build one for what I need for video editing and all that kind of stuff. And so it's like, well, I can't go with a little tiny computer. You got to bite the bullet.
Yeah.
Lay down some money.
Yeah. For sure, you got to kind of. Yeah. And the beauty, at least as an artist, is you're encouraged to do just that. You're encouraged to put money back into the economy by buying a new computer, by buying art supplies.
Exactly.
It's also it helps out in the long run, and also your tax bill isn't so overwhelming because that's an expense. So it's actually a great move. They talk about tax people or revolutionary idea of just taxing everybody 10%, a straight 10% tax, and that sounds all great and all, but that's really only geared for the rich people ultimately.
Yeah.
when they break it down.
I'm-
But I don't want to get all political or nothing.
Right.
You know.
Right. Hey, well, I think it's been great talking to you, but Baby Bird Aladdin Trosite in the chat says someone needs to kick me off.
All right. I understand. Yeah. That's fine. I know.
And I'm probably a little too drunk to talk about.
Well, I'm working on
serious
that.
art and all that.
I'm working on that part myself.
But it's been great talking to you, and I try
All
to
right.
support the show whichever way I
Remind me-
can. I just hope you
Remind me again about the Twitch, because that's something maybe that I should consider again for sure.
All right. I'll remind you. I'll send you a message on YouTube or something
All right.
like that. But it's been great talking to you.
Yeah.
And
all right.
have a good Friday. Same with you.
All right. Take care, buddy.
Bye.
And if you'd like to call the program, you can. That was the East Coast line, westernmost of the East Coast from Michigan. I didn't even realize that Michigan could actually be on the East Coast time. I wouldn't have thunk that. I wouldn't have even thought that if that was even possible. Who knew that Michigan would have a part of its state in East Coast time? That doesn't make any sense. But anyway, apparently it does, and it is. There are some states. I think Arizona does not do daylight savings time. There's some weird, funky stuff, Or how about this, where there's actual, when you're on the border between one time zone and the other, that's so weird. And there's like cities, where you go on one side of the bridge or whatever, it's another hour. Anyway, so I'm gonna put this painting. Looks like the painting that I had last week did not sell. Where's the booing sound? I want to get the sound of the boo. So we'll relist it again, but I'm gonna list this one also, and I'm gonna put better pictures for you all. So maybe that was the problem. I don't know, but anyway. But we're not going to put it for 100. We're gonna have to up the ante because it's a larger canvas. Freedom. I feel freedom. You guys know what I'm talking about? Hasselhoff on top of the Berlin Wall with his leather jacket that has like Christmas lights on it, and he's shaking he's clapping his hands, and he's singing freedom. I feel freedom. It's got to be the greatest moment in his life. For that matter, it's the greatest moment in a lot of people's lives, frankly. Probably the greatest moment in my life. Seeing him do that. Probably not. What is the greatest moment in your life? Boy, that's a tough one, huh? What would it be? I don't know, man. I mean, I'm just kind of looking back on my life, which is not a terribly the most exciting life that could be lived. I mean, I have ups and downs, and I've done some pretty spectacular things to some degree. But what is the most awesomest thing that I encountered or done? I couldn't even tell you. I could not even tell you what would that be. I'll tell you probably what it could be. It's probably an earthquake. That is the most memorable thing, probably. A natural catastrophe. Being in the middle of a natural catastrophe, that's about the most memorable thing in your life, in my life. That's probably it. I mean, go there, but there's probably some other wonderful things. But what is it? I don't know. An update on all the mission creativity paintings that we've done, and rewards that I've sent out. I just sent out another batch of paintings to people. I sent the painting of Little B to Ben over there in New York City, and sent a T-shirt out to Tim out in Australia, and Another T-shirt and a patch out to someone out in, I think, Austin, and sent Austin's painting that I did yesterday. It's still wet. I still sent it out. Hopefully, it's not going to be a problem. Anyway, so we still got basically 2 more paintings of the Mission Creativity to go. I'm still waiting to hear back on what they want me to paint. So that might take some time. I think there's 3 more T-shirts to send out, and I'm still waiting for addresses or size of T-shirts and autograph. So we did pretty good. Oh, you were in LA for the earthquake? Yes, in '84. I once was at a 10 by 10 burger, and that was a pretty great moment. Radius says. The riots of '92 or whatever it was. Now that was pretty amazing. That was pretty crazy. That was memorable. Though, it's like that's not a good thing, I mean, those are not good things to memorize, or that's not like that ever happened to you kind of. That's not like the Berlin Wall going down and singing freedom, leather jacket with Christmas lights on it, blinking. That's just catastrophe, fucked up world. Yeah, there's nothing great about that. I hear freedom. Rachel wants to know, do I walk to the store or do I drive everywhere? That's a great question. That's a great question because I do live in Los Angeles, and so it is a drive everywhere kind of society out here. However, if you're fortunate enough to live in a neighborhood that has a supermarket and a bank and pretty much all your amenities nearby within walking distance, then you're very lucky. I happen to be in that scenario. I could actually get by without driving at all, but it wouldn't be as convenient. It wouldn't be that convenient. But yes, I can walk to the supermarket, which is pretty awesome. Where I used to live in Los Angeles, I was not fortunate enough. I could walk to the liquor store, which I did quite a bit. I'd walk to the liquor store, which, as you would imagine, is they got the liquor, but they don't have much of anything else. But they can, usually like crappy bread and a Kraft American singles, not the greatest food choices. Maybe some Top Ramen or something. And of course, beer. Yeah, donut shop. We got a donut shop. You know what, Pablo? Well, I'm going to call it freedom. You're right. I'm calling it freedom. Freedom. I'm calling that baby freedom right now. That's done. Anyway, I'm going to put this up. This time, we're not going to offer it at $100. It's a 24 by 36. We got to get a little more money. So I don't know if anyone's going to go for it, but we're going to try to get at least maybe. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking 300, but maybe we'll go a little lower. But I'm not going to go any higher. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see. And it's just a 1 week thing, and then after that, forget it. Taylor, I saw the photos of your house. I love your house. I want to buy your house, Taylor. I mean, I'm saying that in because as if I had a ton of money. You know what I'm saying? There's no way I could not even buy your house, but I would love to buy your house. Gravy fries. It's beautiful. I saw the pictures. It's a humongous. Like the garage looks like a wonderful art studio, and then you have like a sugar shack or what, I don't know what the hell, and then a little lake you can go fishing for like for fish that have been contaminated by the cancer from the 3 Mile Island. What was that? What was that story? The 3 Mile Island, wasn't it? Was that Pennsylvania? I thought that was upstate New York. $3.99, oh best offer. It's like 3 acres. It's humongous. Please, John, buy my house. Maybe we should do a trade. But our house, I don't know. I don't think it's a fair trade because our house is not worth as much as your house. Actually, it might be, but not really. Logitech might want to buy. Logitech wants to buy your house. Wow. Do we got to sell? Is that right, Logitech? If you buy Taylor's house, you're going to have to invite all us Let's Paint TV people out to go check it out. Go fishing. Yeah, China Syndrome, yes. He's going to offer you $250. Is that okay, Taylor? I got a feeling that it's not going to be okay. I mean, if someone for $399, which is basically $400,000, I mean, how low do you go before it's not reasonable? And I could only imagine you could only go maybe, I don't know, 20, 30,000, or maybe 50 if you're pushing it. I couldn't see you going any lower than that. Wow, Logitech is really serious here now. Are you? Wow, that's awesome. I'm happy to facilitate this deal. Did you see the pictures, Logitech? They look pretty cool. I gotta say, it looks awesome. Now, of course, it's not in the dead of winter when it's got snow everywhere. See, that's where I can't handle it. I don't know what I would do with all this snow. I mean, I guess I'd get into it. I'd have to. I eat 'em. Let's hear it for the girl. Da da. I hear freedom. Stickam, there used to be a guy who used to just smoke weed. Yeah, it was like one of the more popular shows on Stickam. He would just smoke weed the whole time. I kind of feel like doing that. It's kind of fun. The idea, just smoking weed on the internet. I hear freedom. Taylor, is that correct? I can't handle the snow. I got a feeling I probably couldn't handle it. I think I'd be a wimp. I got to imagine I would. I've never been out of California. Can you smoke weed on YouTube? That's a good question. I think so. You know, particularly, why couldn't you? I think you could. Exactly. I can get a medical card to smoke weed, and then I can just smoke weed all the time. I mean, there's a big part of me that secretly wants to just time. I kind of have fond memories of the experience, and yet I've also had bad experiences from it. So in some ways, I don't really care to smoke it either. I don't know. It's kind of a love-hate thing, I guess. I think it's because I had enough bad, sort of paranoid things. I don't know. Ultimately, that's what it was. Maybe it's because it was illegal. I think it has a lot to do with it. And yet now it's not really legal, particularly if you have a medical card. Well, then it's totally legit, and it's pretty awesome. And yet I haven't jumped into that arena. They're going to make it probably legal, though. I think it's a vote next year in California. You can smoke weed when you buy my house. So Taylor, are there any leads on the buying of the house? There's no. Any interest? It looks great. Is it? How does it compare? How do they compare to the other properties in the area? You know, I mean, is it a little bit higher than some of the other ones, or is it within reason to the other ones? You know, is it lower? Where is it in the middle? I hear freedom. Logitech is serious, Taylor, for your property at $250. And I don't know if you're willing to go that doesn't sound like that's going to happen. I'm just going to say right off the bat. When someone says their best offer, they're not looking for a full like $150,000 off the price. I think possibly you might be able to go down, I would only imagine, realistically, 10, 20 grand, you know, and particularly at that price. It's not like, we're not talking $1 million, $5 million home. But who knows? I don't know any. I mean, houses are crazy. I ended up getting saddled by overpaying for a property. I know about that. So I don't know much about I saw your house. It just really looks pretty damn awesome, I gotta say. I would be hesitant about being in a place it's so far away from everything, though. I'm so used to being, you know, close to civilization, as much as I don't always participate in it. I think I like being involved in it, I guess. Logitech's making you an offer of $250. Is that $250 or is that $250K? I got a feeling $250K is just not going to pull it off. That's just not going to do it. Jaw Harp has 362. Hey, Mr. Cat, what are you doing? What are you doing? You want to say hi? Come here. Come here. Come here, Mr. Cat. Yeah, Mr. Cat. Mr. Cat, what are you doing? You want to say hi to everybody? Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Say hi. Hello. Hello. Say. Okay. Say goodbye. You want to go inside? Yeah, you want to go inside? All right. Go inside. Yeah, you can go inside. You want to go inside? Yeah, that's my cat. That's my cat. That's the cat that I ran over, Taylor. I ran over the poor guy. You would buy the painting with the cat, says Baby Bird. I don't think that's going to happen. How old is the kid? I don't know. You know, as these animals, you never know how old they really are. I would say he's about maybe. I have no idea. I'm going to just go ballpark say he's 6, 7 years old. I can't even figure out what the hell, how old he is. Friday night Let's Paint TV. Having some fun. Or not. Just a programming update. More than likely, I'm going to be gone all next week. But I'm shooting to get back on, do another show on Friday night again. So, but no morning shows all next week. But the plan is to get back in town. If that is that I'm actually leaving town, I may not actually be leaving. I just not going to be doing morning shows. Let me just figure it out. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. Check your local listings. Should I get another beer? I could probably get another beer with you all. Hang out. I'm sure you'd like that. Someone mentioned Marc Chagall earlier on in the program, and I gotta say I do like the freedom of Marc. I'm a Marc Chagall kind of guy. I feel it, and particularly in these sort of paintings that I do, I definitely can feel the Marc Chagall-ish feel. Yeah, I'm going for. I'm gonna. Oh shoot! I'm gonna ask for 300. Yes. I'm gonna ask 300. That's right. Okay, I'm gonna get another beer. I'll be right back. But we're gonna auction it off for 300.
I hear freedom. All right. Dance to the boogie, get down. Da na da 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 boogie nights. Got to keep on dancing, dancing. Logitech is offering you $260, Taylor. Are you going to go for it? Got to keep on dancing, dancing. I got a feeling probably a little too low. I could only imagine if someone is listening, and I am speaking for Taylor, but I really am not. I'm just speaking off the top of my head. I would only imagine that if you're listing something for $399, you may, at the very least, or the low, you possibly go to $350. And that would probably be about the lowest. I could only imagine. I don't see how you just don't. You can't go unless it's like sale and repossessed auction or whatever in the kind of crap. If that was realistically priced at that price, I just don't see how you could go much lower than a handful of dollars as opposed to a crap load. Anyways, this is not the right place to be making offers anyway, Logitech. You probably better go visit. If you're really serious, you better go visit you better go check it out. You said that you were moving to upstate New York, so maybe this is legit. I don't know. Taylor went down $1,000. Got to keep moving. Yeah, I mean, that's what they're asking. If they got a realtor and all that stuff, they're based on other sales. The economy's gone up, it's gone down, it goes up, it goes down. It has ebbs and flows. And obviously it had the worst case scenario only a few years ago. We're come out of it. Anyway, it's all, they don't
It's not like they just throw a number out there. There's a reason why they come up with the number. So anyway, I can only imagine you can only go down maybe 10 grand or something, you know. Well, guys, we had a rough start today. At least I did psychologically. I was out of whack with the fucking up my battery cables. So who was saying? Someone was saying that I should be fine. The fact that it started up and everything was working. Maybe it you know, for one, I didn't leave it connected, fucked up forever, where it really fucked everything up. But I'm wondering if there was a potential residual. I guess we'll find out. I'm gonna find out tomorrow. But why do you want to go, Taylor? Why wouldn't you go back to LA? Why don't you move back to LA? Why San Diego? It is nice down there, though. Every time I go down to San Diego, I kind of like it. But not enough to move. I don't know. I guess I would move to San Diego if I had a really cool job, like at the university, teaching art or something. Maybe I would move to San Diego. I don't see that ever happening. But I did do an art show down there. Performance and I did a couple of performances, and I always had a good time. Oh yeah, your friend Dave. Yeah, no, I should be fine, I guess. I'll find out tomorrow how it feels tomorrow when I drive around. Your brother thinks you're going to LA. Well, set him straight. Better tell him you're going to San Diego. It started backwards. Hey, I was totally freaked out. I don't know what I was doing. You know, I mean, I thought I knew what I was doing. I was trying to be all careful, and I could not believe it. It was so frustrating, and to not know what the hell I was doing, and it was sparking. But see, I never got the. So what I ultimately did is I put the polarity on the wrong polarity on the wrong side, and then when I tried to put the other one on, that's when it started to spark. But I never could get it on long enough because it would make all this fucked up. The wipers would move and started sparking. So I'm like, oh fuck, this is not right. I never kept it on longer than like 10, maybe not even 10 seconds. But I even saw smoke. That's what I saw, some smoke. And the damn windshield wipers went on. So I'm kind of concerned about that. Now that I getting back to worrying about stuff. I will be okay. I know I'm going to be okay. Anyway, it's the right. It's connected correctly now, and like I said, everything seems as far as I can tell works. So, well, Logitech is I don't know how serious Logitech is, but he's really he or she is claiming to be making you an offer there, Taylor. But I could only imagine that that's probably way too low. I think worst case scenario, if you're a homeowner, if you worst case scenario, right, Taylor? Yeah. Do I have a favorite whiskey? No, I don't drink whiskey. I don't mess with that stuff. Oh, but I do. I like Bushmills. It's pretty smooth stuff. But the reason why I don't like it is because it's so smooth, I can drink the whole bottle, and then I become a little surly, a little more surly than I need to be. So I'm better off staying away from that stuff. Oh yeah, those Absolute Art ads. Yeah, like it seemed like everybody was doing like an ad for Absolute Art. Absolute Kilduff, yes. You like Kentucky Deluxe? You know, actually, I remember going to when I was actually for about a week. I was in Kansas City and hanging out with all these cool, and I was performing. It was a great. I had a great one of my. It was a great time. Fun, you know. I like performing, so I'm hanging out with these guys. Yeah. They had some like some weird kind of whiskey. I don't know, was it Maker's Mark or something? I don't know. It was kind of good. I don't mess with that stuff. Absolute Kilda. Do they still do that? They probably don't. But they had all the famous artists, and then they would have like sort of artists that somehow were not necessarily famous, but they found a way to participate, but they were never really that successful. Oh yeah, you missed that, Pablo. You know, I'm gonna have a show at the Daniel Rolnick Gallery in September, and it's a bathroom show where everything is bathroom related. We're gonna have like paintings of toilet paper, namely, but also portraits of toilets and portraits of people on toilets and stuff like that. Basically stuff you can put in your bathroom. Paintings. It's artwork for your bathroom. Is the game. You have some whiskey. I have a little rum. I like rum actually. It's a little. I stay away from it though, but I like it. And whiskey's kind of good too. I sometimes think I get a little angry with it though, which is not a good thing. Maybe I just had that. I had one or two experiences where I was clearly my anger kind of rose up from that from the stench of the. Yeah, I think it's probably best I stay away from that stuff. Whereas you can just drink beer forever. You don't really. It doesn't really get you in a. You don't really turn a corner where you just become an asshole. I don't find. Rachel makes the rum. Embrace anger. Yeah, I don't know. I always feel bad when I get angry. I mean, I'm capable of it. I always resent it. Regret it. Resent it or regret it or both.
Yeah, whiskey turns people into assholes. I kind of feel like that's how it occurred to me too. I've always pretty much stayed away from all that kind of nonsense. The hard alcohol is pretty rough. It can really be. But then you see people doing it all the time. It's not an issue, but I don't know. What was the name of the guy that we painted here on this paint? I guess I could run it back to find out who it was. What was his name in the painting? I want to get everything right. Okay, so it was Robert Stack. Robert Stack. Well, I've never heard that one. Liquor before beer in the clear. Beer before liquor, never sicker. Huh. I always... candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker. Taylor, is that your first offer? At least you got an offer. Have you have you had any other offers? I just belched and without me even knowing it. Robert Stack was his name, wasn't it? Well, I'm going to move on and try to. $500 yen. You know what's kind of would be a potential risk? It'd be risky, maybe. But then again, it would. I don't. Everything's a risk. If I don't know, if part of me wants to do it, but it might be. If you had money, what would you buy? Where would you buy it? What would you buy a second home somewhere, right? A vacation home. Like maybe a condo somewhere, Your price just went up to $500K. How did you pull that one off? You just raised it. I could only imagine. You go to a place that is warm and sunny, and a beach. And one place that I know, and talk about inexpensive, particularly now because the economy's really screwed up, is Puerto Rico. I would. It's very, very tempting. I guess if I had tons of money. I don't have tons of money. People do. It'd be kind of fun in some ways to have a place, say like Puerto Rico or maybe Florida, maybe, I don't know. I don't know much about Florida. I've never been to Florida. And like a summer home kind of deal. And then in this or a winter home, really. It's a winter home. And then in the summertime you go back to your place in Copoke, New York. How do you pronounce that? Copoke. Hey, Master Young, is that what people like on Kickstarter? Is that where all the money goes? Is people making video games? You want to go to New Zealand? What I like about Puerto Rico is that you're really just a stone's throw away from the United States. Plenty of flights. The economy there is really screwed up right now. It's like Greece or Detroit. It's kind of in shambles a little bit. Maybe I'll just stay here. It's not bad out here. I was there in Puerto Rico. I like every time I go to Puerto Rico, I like it. Maybe I once and for all learn some Spanish. Yeah, it's interesting, and then you realize you don't have any money. It's fun to dream though. I'll tell you what, if you were really rich, right? I would have a place in New York. I would have a place in Manhattan, right? I would have a place in Manhattan. Maybe, where else would, Paris. I'd have a place in Paris too, yeah. You gotta have a place. 818-528-4516, that's the phone number. I'd have a place in, I'd have like an apartment in Paris, and then a place in New York. Oh, south of France. You got to do south of France, right? Maybe Provence or one of them places. Yeah, Texas doesn't interest me for some reason. I don't know. The only place in Texas that interests me is Austin. That place looks like it's a cool ass place, right? Austin, Texas. But for some reason, the rest of Texas I don't have any interest in, and I have family that lives in Texas. I don't find, France is for wimps. Yeah, it's true. It's just kind of a wimpy place, but there's some cool, there's a lot of cool things there. France is where you go when you're like an artist, and you're an American artist, actor, whatever, and you become too famous for your own britches in the United States, and you want some anonymity, and you want to get away from the bullshit of the United States, so you go to France. Really? John means biblically the God's gift to the world? Really? There's a lot of violent crime in France, says Logitech. Yeah, France, people think France is some pretty pristine place, but they have a lot of, people sometimes think, particularly in the United States, they think Europe is just some wimpy, continent full of wimps. And, in some ways that could be the case if it were, if we're talking, okay, United States military versus France, who's going to win, Okay, maybe U.S. is going to kick some serious ass, whatever. But that's, when you get down to the individual people, there's chaps, all types. I don't know. I like France. I like Europe. I'll just say it. I like a lot of stuff about Europe. I haven't really spent much time over there, but the little few moments of being over there, I liked it enough. Though, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, the smell of the shame. I don't know, maybe you're talking about the VC French, the ones that supported Hitler or backed him. Yeah, that's some rough stuff. I mean, they have some terrible thing was fucked up, man. That whole thing was some fucked up shit. They really fucked it up. They really fucked up. I mean, just the stupidity of that. You know, a strange fact of sorts is that Hitler was a vegetarian, which is just the strangest thing to hear. I mean, you would think that all vegetarians were like some sort of peace-loving people, and then the most evilest person ever. It's questionable if he really was. I mean, you know, people would say that Stalin was probably just as evil. It's hard to believe that he was a vegetarian. Oh, I see. You're looking at the painting. No, the painting is not what you perceived it to be. It's that's not what's going on in the painting. I think when I put it up on the, that's a bride on a goat is what you're maybe seeing, and then that's also a cucumber, and with a top hat with a manacle, and a smoking carrot, which is a reference from last week. It's an ongoing thing, and Robert in a black hole along with my van, and Bernard Nacion, who is and Mel Gibson with his head inside a margarita. You know, I haven't put a lot of thought in the whole Hitler thing, but he really fucked up in terms of he went to war on all these fronts, and the worst front that he did was this bullshit of the annihilation, the Holocaust thing. It was so stupid. I mean, had he had them on his side, you know, they probably could have won the war in a sense. But at the same on the same token, he also gained. That's how he got into power by going to war against the Jews within his own country. That's how he became powerful. That's how he got powerful. So he couldn't just. It's kind of like Donald Trump or some of these assholes. I call him an asshole, but politicians. You know, they can't. It's hard for them to go back on their evil ways or whatever their thoughts are. That got them into power, so. But I think a successful politician, if you were to call Hitler a politician, would have been to tone down on the whole attack on the Jews and actually embrace the Jews, and if that were such an important thing in terms of conquering the rest of Europe and the rest of the world, which was really stupid in the first place. What was the point of the whole thing? What was the whole point of the whole Hitler stupid fuck? It was a stupid fuck, man. It was a stupid fuck, but he fucked up. Talking about war and shit. Talk about spread yourself too thin. He really did it. He did a pretty good job on that.
Anyway, that's my take. Is that if he didn't, if he were, and maybe it's a stupid thought, but if he were to have never played that game, and this whole Holocaust, and actually let the citizens of Germany, which were quite a large population, or a small, or whatever it was, of Jews, and not let that be an issue, but then it would have been a more substantial, righteous, maybe God has something to do with it too. I mean, clearly it was about the most evil, fucked up thing you could do to your citizens. And thank God that he didn't go anywhere with that shit. That was some stupid, fucked up shit. There's a lot to be said about a politician, and like I said, I don't know if this guy was really a politician, but there's a lot to be said about a politician being able to admit their faults. There's a lot. I mean, that guy was just straight up. I mean, I don't think there was anything redeeming about him, except for he was a vegetarian. Who knew? I mean, I just saw that in the somewhere. Well, Taylor, it could be. I'm inclined to think that you're right on that, or I'm afraid of that. However, a lot of people, Obama, right? I mean, the whole Tea Party people had portraits of Obama dressed up as Hitler, and wasn't that fascinating? The whole Tea Party movement, wasn't that fascinating? I mean, that was just a strictly, straight up, we don't like this black man as our president. That's what all it was about. All right, I'm not going to get into politics. I always get into trouble, and then at some point I start making no sense. Master Young says Obama sucks. There you go. I see. I'm an Obama apologist. Everything he does I love, or I want to. I'm a liberal. All right. So hate me for that. But I don't know how you can not be a liberal. I don't know how you can not be a liberal. How you cannot be someone who is supports human beings, and it's not all about I got mine, now you get yours kind of mentality, and the idea of keeping racism and keeping all these problems. Keep those games going, so. Oh, so you're in a fucked up state. You're in one of those Republican states that didn't want to adapt the Obamacare, which is pretty awesome. It's pretty helpful. I didn't have insurance. I couldn't afford it, and for health insurance. I'm still not going to use it. I don't plan on using it, but it sure is helpful to know that I have it. There's some logic there. Some of these, I don't know, what do you call them? So, okay, I'm not talking politics. I'm not. Stop it. No more comments. Fuck that. In fact, I'm going to sign away. I'm not getting into it. I could, but I might have to drink another beer with y'all. I am a little afraid of this Trump guy, though. I'm a little afraid of him. But Democrats, I don't know what they. Oh shit, we got a call. Oh no, someone wants to talk politics. Hello, caller, you're on Let's Paint TV.
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on?
Hey, remember me from last week?
No.
I gave you ideas for the Lion King painting with the BMX and scratch tables.
It's just a distant memory. But for all intents and purposes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm watching your video again, and I saw that painting you made.
Oh, very
I've only
good.
been here a few minutes.
Okay. Sweet.
What kind of things inspired you to do this one?
This was a collaboration. This is what people told me to paint, and I painted it. It was as simple as that. As simple as that. It's Robert Stack along in the black hole with my van. I had some stupid my own fault problems with my battery on my car, hooking them up the wrong way. A long lost friend, Bernard, on the phone as a patron saint of cars and phones and chess.
Yeah.
We have Mel Gibson drinking a margarita, a top hat dill pickle, and a smoking carrot, along with a bride on a goat. That's all there. That's all there.
Oh, a bride on a goat. I thought it was like a chicken thing and a fox or something.
Yeah, no, it's a bride. It's a bride on a goat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That totally changes it. I can see that now, though.
Yeah.
Were you going to add anything more to it?
No, that's it. That's it. It's just it's a one-time shot.
Yeah, okay. So what else are you guys doing over there? You're talking about World War II or something?
We were talking politics. I was trying to shy away from it, but I got into it, and now I'm just letting loose, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Little concerned about Donald Trump, but
yeah, some dude said he was like Hitler. I'm like, that's kind of I want to make that comparison, but I don't like him.
You're behind him?
No, I mean I don't like Donald Trump. I'm just saying he's no Hitler though.
Yeah, I'm not going there with that, but people, people made the comparison. The Tea Party made the comparison that Obama was, they had portraits of Obama as a Hitler, and then vice versa. George Bush II or whatever, there was portraits of him, or people talked about him as being Hitler. So it always gets thrown out. I mean, the guy, this Hitler guy really fucked things up pretty good. I mean, as the worst asshole ever. Or at least in modern times and stereotypes, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a pretty bad job.
One of the things I heard about Hitler was like he wasn't really the guy that did it. There was some other guy above him giving him all the calls.
Wow.
Like there was something I forgot.
Oh yeah,
like
Himmler. I've heard of that. Himmler. Yeah, he was the architect apparently. Yeah. So, yeah, maybe he had more to do with it than Hitler itself. Yeah. All right. What I always wanted to know. What I wanted to know was when Hitler was around in Germany, were other people named Hitler?
Yeah.
Like Bobby Hitler, Joey Hitler, Sally Hitler, Samantha Hitler.
Yeah, he's really like the only one I know.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, maybe other people were named Hitler, but we don't know about it, and then they conveniently got rid of the name, which I would imagine they would have. I just, I'd like to know if there were. I mean, there must have been.
Yeah.
All right, that's
I wonder how a lot of people are afraid to name them Hitler, but like, nobody's afraid to name their son Jesus or something, but then they just don't want to say Jesus. It's like, I know you're spelling it the same. I know what you mean when you give him that name.
Gotcha. Yeah, Jesus.
It's like, who cares? It's just a name, so why can't we just name our kids, Hitler again or Adolf? Just be like, okay, there's no relation to them, but still a cool name.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least Jesus or Jesus, I mean, he, for the most part, he represented positivity, force field waves of some sort. Though obviously the people that are behind his name, or took his name in vain or whatever, went to war and all that. So, they fucked up some pretty good shit, with the various, in the name of God kind of nonsense. But
Yeah, I always thought it'd be cool to start fresh, you know, like try to put positivity back into the name. Like, you know, this is kind of going out there, but, you know, what if people started naming their kids like Lucifer or Satan, and you're like, no, it's not a bad name. It's like Satan means the light
Right.
bringer. And
Yeah, make the
whole
name
story,
good.
whatever.
Yeah, own up to the name. Make it a good name. Yeah, I
Exactly.
don't know. It's a beast of situation. It's not a. But you know, on the surface, it's not going to go anywhere. You know, that's what it is.
Yeah. So you've been like partying tonight? It looks like you've been drinking maybe a little bit.
I had a couple of beers. Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of stuff do you like to drink?
You know, I like to drink.
You like Jack?
Nah, I don't mess. I just drink beer or wine. I'm a beer or wine guy. I'm real simple. I like a
You like
little.
mixed drinks like screwdrivers?
No. I stay away from that stuff.
So are you going to be selling that painting?
Yeah, we're putting this up on auction. Let me put it up on auction, and we'll see how it goes down. So I'll put the link on the inside the description box here, and I'll post
Yeah.
you know, and then there'll be a lot of pictures and stuff like that. So
Cool. I'll put like 10 on it. Hope
All
nobody
right.
outbids me.
all right, very good, sweet.
Yeah. I'm drawing blanks right now.
That's fine. That's good. No biggie. I'm probably gonna sign off anyway, so it's no big deal.
Oh, yeah? How long have you been on?
We came on at 6, so we're going on a little longer than usual. So I'm sort of enjoying it, but I'm gonna sign off here in a sec. So.
Looks like I missed a lot. But yeah, man, it's cool talking to you again.
Sweet.
Can't wait to see more of your paintings.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Yeah. Well, we're always doing stuff. We're always painting. I mean, that's my job. So you know, I got nothing else to do, and so this is what I do.
Cool. You got any more crazy ideas for paintings you want to do next time? Like anything you're thinking of for later? Want to share with us?
No, not really. I mean, I'm going to be doing a show about bathroom art. So
Bathroom art?
yeah. That's coming up in September. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to take this other call.
All right.
All right. Let me take this. See you. Thanks for calling. And hello.
Hello, this is Cody. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, man. I can hear you loud and clear.
Man, I just wanted to let you know that I just got abducted by aliens, and I don't think it took any time at all. It felt like I was up in the air, and they were messing with me for like an hour and a half over, but I came back down, and you're still on, so I know that it didn't take any time at all.
Wow, yeah, it could happen real fast, huh?
Yeah, and they were like doing all these weird experiments with me and like asking me questions about my mom and shit.
Wow.
And yeah, it was just strange, and I just wanted to report it to you because you're on late at night, and Art Bell never lets me on, or George Norrie, or that other guy.
Well,
And,
you're on Let's Paint TV Friday night. Friday
And
night
the other-
special.
The local guys, they know my phone number, and they don't answer to me anymore, and this is just happening.
Hey,
You
let me,
know, we can get
let
to
me
that.
make a note of your phone number just in case you start calling me all the time.
Well, I'll try not to. But I tell you what, you need to be careful, and so do I, because these guys, they know everything about us, because
Yeah, well,
They were
that's
at-
all right. That's all right. We'll figure it out. Do not underestimate the will of the human being. We are a powerful force. And,
Yeah, and then
you think
we
the
wear women's
aliens, if these
underwear.
aliens have something up against and try to outsmart us, we will get on top of it, and at the very least, it'll make for a great movie.
And they kept putting lights on my face, and they were like, how many lights do you see? And I was like, well, there's 4. And then they beat the hell out of me. And then they're like, how many do you see now? And I said, well, there's still 4. Out of me again. And they were like, yeah, there's 5 lights. Get it right, bitch. And I was like, well, who taught you to speak like that? Was it your mom? And then they really got mad, and then they beat the hell out of me again. I don't know, man. I just had an ass whooping.
Nice.
I'm going to go put ice all over my body. And
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah, you
I
take
just
care.
needed someone to talk to
No,
because
no, let it
my
out.
therapist
No,
quit.
You got to let it out, my friend.
Yeah, my therapist quit, and she don't talk to me no more, and she put a restraining order on me. So, yeah, I got to go.
Well,
I'm going to go doctor myself up and lick my wound.
Very good. Well, we haven't. We're still taking your call, and make sure you call back next week.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. Thanks for the
Goodbye.
call. Bye bye. All right. That was a thank you. Thank you for calling, and thanks for the calls, and thank you for a wonderful evening with you all here. Friday night special. We fought through thick and thin. We discovered that, or at least I'm hoping that there's nothing wrong with my car, though I did the dumbest thing ever. I'm still licking my wounds on that, and well, what can you do? What can you do? I fucked up, but it looks like it wasn't that bad because it still runs. So hopefully it's not the end of the world. We'll find out if it starts up tomorrow or whatever, or if something starts fucking up, and then I'll know. Anyway, we'll post this video. I'm going to post a link on this video, whatever. No, the video is going to be posted, whatever. It's posting now. Anyway, so I'm going to take some photos of this painting, and then we'll put this up on auction. We'll start the bidding off at $300. It's 24 by 36 painting. It is full of love and juices that you cannot deny, and it's worth every penny. So we'll see if there's any takers, and we'll hopefully next week. I don't know quite how it's going to work out next week, but if not, you'll see me again soon, than later. So with that in mind, I want to wish you all a wonderful weekend, a wonderful time here on this planet, and see you soon, ASAP. Bye bye, everybody.